Clicking the button.
Pull the lever, Crunk.
So probably good you asked that prior.
See, I had to ask it before. But you're not
Can't
supposed
believe
to
you said that
talk
on
about that.
stream.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Better than buying a Switch too.
Damn, what the fuck? Do you
Wow.
want to get cat banned?
Oh fuck!
I sent you the log file.
Welcome back, Prophet.
Yeah, I saw that crasher.
I'm not
By
sure.
what prophet he is Lord?
I'm not sure.
Did you use it prior, or have you just like thrown it in?
Sorry, what?
Do you like
So-
try using this prior?
Primer?
No, did you try using the emulator prior?
No, this is the first time. I just
Okay.
Yeah, let's pause this. Just pause it. Just pause it. Just pause.
Really, right in front of Nintendo, huh?
Just pause for now.
I didn't bring it back on.
more than enough.
I'm not.
Wait till he leaves, and then we talk.
Yoda,
about this
whack his PP.
Oh my god!
Raiden, squeeze his hog.
Screaming like "Oh Yoda" noise.
Kaka, kaka. Ricola?
Yeah, I only said that because I
Rico
watched Robots the
Tata.
movie recently.
Ricola?
Yeah.
Who invented it?
Oh,
The
The
Swiss.
The Swiss. Steve knows it. Steve knows it.
yeah, I wasn't even quoting that at all.
You said Ricola. What the fuck, man? There's only one.
No, it's something Robin Williams is. Robots.
Yeah, probably.
Really old movie that a lot of people actually haven't.
Is that the like red square
Roblox
one and the blue?
It's just it's an animated film called Robot. It's got Robin Williams as a guy called Fender. Ewan McGregor is the main character, Rodney. Which is really weird. Yeah, I didn't know it was Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, it's like I remember.
Is that the
it
one
was
about
like
capitalism being evil and the robots?
I think so, actually.
I think so. Is it the yellow girl robot too?
Yeah, I mean, Bob Ace is kind of a communist, right?
He would really enjoy the reboot of Saints Row, then.
Yep. It's the one I was thinking of, at least.
Yeah, it's this one.
Trump's just got dealt emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Such a great game.
And they ruined it so hard.
They did.
No. What? What?
And the Taco Bell?
Hey. Hey.
Ghostbusters.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Goosebumps.
Smile.
Dude, Shaquille O'Neal would dunk the absolute shit out of some ghosts, and you know it.
Oh, why did I just put...
It is.
Come on and slam. Come on and slam.
And shut up and jam Gaiden.
I don't think Shaq can get on the. You can't really get a body double for Shaq.
Hey, you, what you gonna do?
You could get several body doubles for Shaq. They would back together and transform, but
Shaq is
Also just-
actually 15
just she-
kobolds in a trench coat.
I was about to say that. About to say that. Cat needs.
How does 15 kobolds fit in a trench coat?
Oh, you don't want to.
It's a really long trench coat. Easy, man.
I was about
What
to
the
say,
hell?
it is a Shaquille O'Neal sub.
Shiki.
The custom-made one.
Gun.
It is the
I can't
Shaquille O'Neal trench coat of holding.
I mean, he actually does own his own brand of clothing, so he probably does have the just to make it.
You don't want me to say.
Me too, Ash. Me too.
Oh,
Me too.
I was about to say, I know his footwear line is actually super affordable. It's like $5 for some Shaq feet.
Shaq feet.
Yeah.
It's Trubs and Ash.
The usual
Yeah, like
suspect.
that's normal for them.
Yeah. Goddamn.
Andre,
What? Just want to say the R word.
we're on stream.
Nah, it's fine. They're just being funny. These goddamn clowns.
Spooky scary skeleton.
Scary,
Spooky skeleton.
Dude me up inside.
Doot, doot.
Dude me up. I don't know. It was
Yuri, play
that
Country Roads.
thing killed me, man.
Scotty.
Dude me up inside killed me.
Country roads take me home.
All that 70.
It's a shame
Wait,
that
what?
I'm
Country Roads is
weirdly
a song
interested
about
in
West
playing it.
Virginia, not West Virginia. Nope, it's about Western Virginia, not West Virginia.
Bubble, please. Bubble, please.
I
Stop
swear
it.
we went over this in a.
I believe in a one-state Virginia policy.
Well, we can combine the Dakotas and Carolina.
I also believe
I
in
agree.
one. Wait, what's the other thing? Dakota is also a thing, right? Or am I
Yeah,
wrong?
North
I don't
Dakota,
know.
South
I'm-
Dakota.
Yeah,
See,
North Carolina,
you can
South
reduce some states,
Carolina.
guys. Come on, you don't need that many.
Don't.
It's hard to keep track of all of them.
Yeah, but
No one cares about. No one cares about that. We have. Come on, we have like 16 states. That's nothing. Come on, like you have like a 50 or something. I
Look,
don't know.
And it's
you
a
have
nice
16.
number that goes
You have 16 states in an area that's smaller than Texas.
I'm sorry.
He's not
I
wrong.
would call the Battle Royale. You know.
Not wrong.
I wouldn't call. I would just call it Team Deathmatch. Okay.
And he was outside,
But it is
he
a
was
battle
outside
royale.
I mean, if you put it like that,
He was
sure,
outside
but
of the circle.
still,
he was outside the ring.
yeah.
では前に出ます
Okay, I lit a fuse in there and I needed to get out. Hello, chat. How's it going? Birthday Borkings, I see. Okay. Sorry about that. I kept thinking I was ready to go live, and then I was like, but wait, one more thing. Okay, I did get the go live tweet out. Do me the favor, go give it some love, chat. Let me grab you guys today's sauce. It's a good one. Perhaps a little too good. Okay. And we're good to go on that front as well. Hello, chat. Here is today's artwork. Go give the artist some love. Thank you guys for all the well wishes. I told you guys like we'd do something fun, but I don't know. I was trying to like think of something all day, and I was just like, I guess we'll just do what we always do, because that's like what I do at this point. I cover FGO with you guys, and we just have fun. So it is what it is. Binoculus, yes. Happy birthday, you old fuck. Listen, you don't know how old I am. I'm 21 today. You believe me, right? Thank you, King. Try to take over the world? Exactly. Did the bird find you again for a birthday race? Did the bird find me again for a birthday race? You can drink now? Exactly. That's why I have some wine. We're all 21 Madge, right? I so wish that. What I would give to go back to being 21, but also simultaneously at the same time, no, I wouldn't want to. But how is everybody doing today? Hello, Aniko. How's it going? Nope, not going back to 21. I wouldn't be able to afford anything. There's some upsides and some downsides. Azure, thank you for the 79. Appreciate it, my dude. Again, I hope everybody is doing solid. Yeah, I like today I was a little bit emotional, at least in the sense that like it's the day before the deadline at work, and so it was kind of a rough day at work. But like even before I went into work, I was like just kind of like sitting there just thinking to myself, and it's like, man, I've done a lot this year. I have a lot to be proud of. And I was just like, go me. Most years I don't think that. Most years I think about like, man, like all the missed opportunities and things that I like should be doing, but I'm not. This year it was different, and I was just like, I'm happy. It feels good. First time in a while. Not that like I'm clinically depressed or anything like that, but like usually there's a lot like going wrong in facets of my life that I'm like, man, I need to do something about this. Now, at least it's been good. Ah, yes, Dogecam's a little askew here. Let me fix it. What? There we go. As you can see, chat, no shock collars affixed to them. Give the doggas a hug, good sir. They got a like nice treat when I got up this morning. I as well was greeted this morning by the girlfriend who sent me some nice messages, and then I actually, when she had come over Sunday, she had made French toast for me, which was delicious. And so I actually had some leftovers of that, and I like heated that up and ate that for my breakfast, because normally my breakfast is just like a banana, but I was like, no, I'm gonna treat myself today. And so I messaged her and I thanked her. I was like, thank you for making me breakfast again. But yeah, so like that was that. And then my parents took me to lunch. And unfortunately, like they were trying to take me to a new pizza place that they've been to. They're kind of like raving about it. They're like, oh, it's so good, you'll love it. And we got like it's actually in like the adjacent city over, so we actually got out there, and apparently like it just is like closed down because they had some sort of like family tragedy or something. So I assume it's like a death in the family. And I was like, oh God. Like, and so instead, because we didn't have a whole lot of time because it's the day before the deadline and both me and my dad needed to get back to the office, they were just like, okay, there's a Chili's right there. Let's just go eat at that. And I was like, oh, okay. And so that's how I got to celebrate my birthday with my parents. But it was funny. Like, I don't hold something like that against them or anything. It's just like they tried, and that's really all that matters. Is the intent, not the result. So, French toast sounds so nice right now. Actually, yeah, it had been a hot second since I had French toast. It was really good. Shot collar goes on chat. That I would maybe be approving of. Maybe not all of chat. Maybe we would have like a parole system where it's like when you act up a little bit too much, on goes the collar. And then gradually the amount of shockingness gets reduced, and then we take it off. But only for our worst offenders. Shot collar for spoilers, yes. Joke's on you, I'm Static Shock. Okay, that one we waterboard. Wait, what? I'm already in Cad's basement. Yes, my basement in Florida, where you can't really have a basement. I mean, I guess you could, but like, it's not really a thing. Like, you don't want to dig down too far in Florida. You'll hit water. Oh, I see, Hanukkah. I'm already wet. It rained today. Okay, I'm glad that's where that went, because you had me in the first half. Like in the first half, I was like, "Where's this going?" And then you're like, "It rained today." I was like, "Oh, okay." An interior pool, yeah. It's not a basement; it's a crawl space. Damn, chat's restricting movement and isolation now. So we do have the like tomorrow on JP we'll be getting the assassin grand duel. Unfortunately, chat, tomorrow's date night for me, so I will not be here for that or for the first day of the event. Please accept my humblest apologies. I am sorry that I keep missing all of that for you guys, but I have to prioritize my well-being at this point. It is what it is. I will be live with you guys on Thursday again, so you don't have to worry about that stuff. But yeah. Silly Cad, you don't get water by digging down. You get China. Is that like how my mother got her priceless china? She dug a hole in the ground? Are you calling my mother a dog? Will you be rolling anything for this Grail front? I haven't decided. Part of me kind of wants Ptolemy. He is a good unit. But the other part of me is like, I don't really need him. I have arguably the best single target archer in the game and very good AoE archers. So the odds of me like actually needing Ptolemy are slim to none. And then I'm trying to think of. I'll probably roll Whiskey Kenshin. But beyond that, am I going to roll the rest of this year? Probably not, because I'll probably save for Takaru. Happy B-Day, big FGO day tomorrow. I wouldn't say big FGO day tomorrow. Like I said, unfortunately, I'm not going to be there for like the launch of these two things on both servers. But it's like, in reality, there's really like not too much to it. I've already made the guide for an A. We're covering the live stream with you guys tonight, and JP is just more of the same with the Assassin Grail front or Grail Grand Duel. Sorry. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. Happy birthday, Mr. Streamer. Many happy returns. Thank you. Appreciate it. You should at least get one copy of him. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I kind of like him just going back and forth right now. And there will be other opportunities. Like, it's not like Ptolemy doesn't come back. It's just one of those things where I'm sitting there and I'm like, a little bit. And this is my personal advice to you guys. It may be better to consider, even if you are somebody that spends money on the game, it may be better to consider going free to play for now until JP clarifies what the future of this game is. I'm not telling people to quit. I'm not telling people to stop rolling. I'm not telling people to stop playing. I'm simply saying, like, be smart. Like, just don't like sit there and be like, oh my god, I blew my wad on this character, and then like, oh, all of a sudden you find out like at the end of the year the like FGO is not going to shut down, obviously, but it's like, oh, maybe there's like no more story, and then you're like, oh, okay, you know, like if that, maybe you're someone that like that's really going to impact your playtime. So it is what it is. Happy entering the world day, Cad. Yes, it is my name day. Thank you, Power. Appreciate it. Ended up rewatching your servant analysis videos of different units until it made some sense to me. Which units? Like are you having a hard time understanding anything? This is a pretty boring section in an A right now. I'm barely spending AP. Yeah, I'll be honest. While I log in every day and everything, even I myself am having like points where like my AP is a little bit wasted because I'm not as focused on the game right now. There's not a whole lot happening, and I'm not like freaking the hell out that I need to like constantly play it. So, but it's like I'm still getting my dailies done. I'm still completing the events and everything. It's just, yeah, there's been a little bit of wastefulness on mine, and I'm usually somebody that I don't really waste at all. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Is this One Winged Aya? No, it's just actually One Winged Angel. Estrans interis. That's actually a regular that I split the cards there. Huh? Both of them crit. Estas son las mañanitas que cantaba el rey David a los cads que cumpleaños se las cantamos aquí. I only understand like half of that. I do understand some of what you said, but the other half of it, I'm like, I don't know what that word is. It's a Spanish birthday song. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I know Cumpleaños Feliz is like basically the traditional like birthday song in Spanish. Hey, your Spanish was not bad. No, that was. If I actually wanted to try, I could have done that sounding a lot more authentic, but I'll be honest, like reading it was weirder for me than hearing it. I don't know why. I don't read a lot of Spanish, I guess is why. It'd be like that, yeah. This one isn't from the Nobuo Uematsu channel. We still have some song requests from yesterday. I didn't clear out the queue. All I did was put in Safety Dance as the like number one song because Steve was humming it when I got into Discord this afternoon, and I was like, it's like now it's stuck in my head. Now I have to listen to it. So I arrived halfway. Did JP say something about the game that would make people not spend anymore? No, it is quite literally that they have not clarified what the future is. So we know that like part 2 story ends like at the end of December. Okay. And that's par for the course. That's about how FGO normally operates. And then usually you get the next chapter immediately. Like you'll get like a prologue or something announced like after New Year's, okay? But, you know, Nasu in his interviews has said like, oh, you know, there was always an intended end for the story and things like blah, 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 blah. Like, I love FGO, but it also takes so much of my time. So Nasu said like, I'm not going to abandon FGO. And he hinted at an after story. But that's like what he's done for his other visual novels. And that might be what he does here. But he also kind of said like, but at the same time, if the people want us to keep going, we will. And a lot of that depends on like literally how many people are like through LB4. Sorry, or Deal Call 4, not LB4. And you know, like how many people actually complete the final chapter. So who knows, right? Like maybe they'll go like, oh yeah, okay, that's enough. We keep going. But they also might go, hey, it's been a good ride. Now we'll just do like some small snippets of an after story and that's it. So if they do something like that, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I don't want to sound doom or gloomy, but if they do something like that, I don't see a future for FGO. I think the game just kind of dwindles into obscurity at that point. That is to say, if they don't keep releasing actual story content for the game, I don't see how this game survives because it is a IP that is so driven on its story and its characters that pulling the story out, which is the primary mechanism that drives the evolution of the characters, I don't see why people continue to play at that point. I've been listening to Bardcore while playing Battlefield 6. That is an odd combination. That is like the ghost of future past. Sounds like you need more Spanish soaps in your life. No, because all that would tell me is like how to scream, Ramon! No! Like something like that or something, because that's all like Spanish soap operas are. See, yeah, anybody that watches a Spanish soap opera will tell you that's how they are. It would be funny if Cad suddenly speaks Japanese Now, Choto a goddamn mate. Okay. I at least know enough Japanese words to absolutely sound like a complete tourist to any Japanese person and make them go, what the hell is this guy doing? Personally, I wouldn't log in just to do dailies if there's no more story to look forward to. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. I feel like if there was no more story, the game would understandably begin to die, right? But if they continue the story, then things are good. So that's just me saying, like, hey, until we know what the future is, why like go out there and like whale a bunch of money on the game? I think that's just being smart. That's just covering your bases and protecting yourself. So no news story would make it a bad novel. I wouldn't say no news story would make it a bad novel because every visual novel ends, but I will agree that like you have a live service product that is narratively driven. If you end the narrative, guess what else ends? Like, oh no, the thing that's primarily been driving your product is over. Yeah, I'd probably do that, right? So I guess it's just me being logical. Thank you, Annika. Sorry, I was just reading it. I didn't want to read that one out loud. Morning, do we get maintenance for the event today? Ooh, it's actually a good question. Does anyone in chat know? Because I have not looked myself. Also, chat, what am I listening to? Oh, okay. The unnecessarily long intro to Fire on High. My parents love Yellow, so I've heard all of their stuff. Otherwise, the neighbors would call the cops. I live in Spain. Understandable. Abedato to you. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to profess to be like any sort of like multi-linguistic person. I just know words in other languages, and that's enough to get me in trouble. That's it. And no good comes of it. They'll probably still try to keep NA going. I 100% think that if JP's story like was kaput, they would try to keep NA going. Unfortunately, I believe that it would slowly begin to impact NA. I say slowly. I think it would be very quickly impactful. No one would roll. Yeah. I think that would be the problem, is like the NA server would dry up pretty bad. Perfectly split coin cards. I think we just pray for a crit. No. We pull that back because that's going to be bad. Tonight at the usual time for maintenance? Okay. Reconcile, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it, my dude. Does this count as a chat message if I want to lurk? I actually don't know. I would bet no, because there are certain things you can and can't do with an actual sub message. I know that sounds stupid, but I would bet no. Which is kind of funny. Yamate Kuda, stop selling yourself short, CAD. Habit. How much sense would it be if Tez becomes not only the grand fight, but as well the intro for OC5 by getting David back? I don't know. I'm going to say it wouldn't surprise me terribly if Tez actually is like our grand berserker. Or sorry, not grand berserker, our grand assassin. But we'll just have to see. I think like they might pull something on us for Grand Assassin, and it'll be interesting. Actually, like I'm sitting here debating what I want to do. I'm gonna have to like just pray that I get the correct cards here. How much sense? Oh, okay, sorry. No, I already read that one. Okay, so 3 p.m. here for maintenance in Canberra. Oh. I know how I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do it like that. We're going to flip-flop. Because everything here is as it should be. Only I have not pressed the card shuffle. So I'm gonna do it like that. I don't think it's gonna matter, but she almost killed. I could see an FGO2 where they let you bring one servant from FGO1 on their main summon aside from the story character. The problem with the idea of an FGO2 is that Nasu needs to be on board with it, and I think that's the greatest thing that prevents it. Everything is murky now. I don't like it. What do you mean by murky? I think everything is lurky. Have a great birthday. Thank you, Reconcile. Appreciate it. Thank you for the lurk. Death and taxes, they are unavoidable. I agree. I'm afraid it'll be Gensai. I won't be surprised if it is. Thank you, Brandon on. Appreciate it. Thank you for the 71. Sorry, I'm still working my way through chat. Railfront plus Grand Assassin tomorrow. Much fun. Yes. Thank you, Center. Appreciate it. No way, because they'd lose too much money. I mean, FGO has done things before that have not just immediately gained it the most money. Like, for instance, chat, in Summer 3, they gave us Jerker as a welfare when that easily would have been one of the game's most profitable units possible. Okay? Easily. Year 11 is too much in the air. Yeah, and we know there is a year 11. We know there's a 11th anniversary. They've already stated as much. We just don't know anything beyond that. Thank you, Zev. Appreciate it. I meant about what does and doesn't count as a viewer. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, that's Twitch. Twitch has always been very vague and obscure, and it's really bullshit and annoying, and I hate it. Like, we deserve a better streaming platform than Twitch. Kick is not it, but I'll be honest with you guys. If Kick begins to overtake Twitch, I could easily see myself just streaming on Kick instead. And part of the reason why would be that, like, Twitch just has really stupid, arbitrary rules. They don't matter. They're not fairly enforced. And there's all sorts of, like, hidden shit that they don't want you to know about because somebody would find a way to exploit it, I guess. And yet still people find a way to exploit it. So them hiding it just penalizes all of us. FGO2 is FGO gets reset and we only get to keep our grands. That, okay, so I know that's terrible, right? Like, nobody wants to hear that, but that would actually be like a really intriguing idea to like start a new game, is to say like, oh, if you are playing from the first game, the only people you get to keep are your grands. That would be interesting, at least. I would at least give them that. As like, hey, that's a peculiar idea you're going with. At this rate, I also think there's a decent chance they would fuck up an FGO2 also. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, if they don't like really like up the content value of a second game, I don't think they'd get the same lease that they've gotten with this one. Sorry, not lease, but leash. Hernandez, thank you for the well wishes. If Nasu wants to be done, he's not doing an FGO2. Right. Thank you, John. Waifu greater than profit. It's just FGO is still a dominantly narratively driven game, and Type Moon seems to do whatever they want with regards to, like, even though it could make them more money to do things in a different way, they will do whatever makes them have the best narrative that they can. And so I think, well, yes, they still make a ton of money. That narrative first approach actually, like, in a weird way, earns them more money long term, because it shows that they're not just constantly money grubbing. They would not jerker our chain like that, Cad? Yes, they would. Do you think Nasu wants to keep working on this franchise that we all enjoy? I think Nasu has mixed feelings. And if you remind me, I'll talk about that in a second. YouTube streaming? I'm live right now on YouTube. It's just like, yes, YouTube streaming is actually terrible. There is no fucking discoverability on it. And as far as streaming platforms go, I'm sorry, YouTube people, YouTube is the worst. Like, it is easier to do it on Twitch, Kick, and even Twitter than it is YouTube. I think the only platform that might be worse than YouTube is probably Facebook streaming. And dear God, I will never do that. Still one of my favorite songs. Muse Grand Mash, yeah. If FGO2 repeated year one, it's done for. They'd have to, like, do something different. Yeah, it'd have to be, like, somewhat restricted field. I do agree. The moderation on YouTube streams is also so awful. They're like, that's gotten better actually over time, but yes, it's definitely not as good for the streamer. Yeah, Facebook had to hire him. It was hilarious. Hello, Wrath. I've been enjoying Kick the most, but I don't think YouTube is that bad if you know who you want to watch. Yeah, in that regard, like, YouTube is fine. It's just like, as a streamer, if you want some level of discoverability, you don't get anything on YouTube, unfortunately. Like, you have to already be subscribed to the channel, which is what it is. I need to like look into why my Kick stream keeps like failing and not starting. Because it just like randomly fails, but I suspect it's my internet, and I do need to like after tax season here, one of the things that I'm going to start looking into is like getting a new router, changing up my internet setup and things like that. So that should help with that stuff. Pornhub streaming? Yeah, I'll just educate people on FGO on Pornhub. At least Pornhub wouldn't care about the artwork I used for stream. JC, thank you for the gift to Anubis. Appreciate it. OnlyFans live stream an option for FGO? No, I mean, like, if you were going to do anything like an OnlyFans type deal, it would be like Patreon as a content creator. Which is funny. I've seen a lot of people talking about, because YouTube did something this week about like membership streams and stuff, and how you can make like it exclusive for members. And people are like, why the hell would you ever do this? Like, YouTube's trying to get people to promote it, but none of the content creators want to do it. And it's obvious why. It's bad for business. It's not going to help your platform or your content at all. And one of the reasons YouTube wants to promote is because YouTube's going to make more money off of it. One of the reasons that they're chasing it, though, is because it's what Patreon does, and they're trying to like steal a little bit of Patreon's niche away from them. So YouTube's trying to force the issue, but a lot of people don't really care or want to do that. They're going like, no, if I were going to do that, I would just go do something on Patreon. Thank you, Rayless. Appreciate it. There's a guy that teaches math on Pornhub, and it apparently pays better than teaching. Yeah, I've heard about that guy, which is good for him, right? I farmed with Artoria to mark the occasion. Thank you, Bunny. Appreciate it. Video restrictions would be better there for sure, right? Twitch already has a sub-only stream feature that barely anyone ever uses. Yes. And there's a reason why. I saw a person that used to stream to like 10 people, okay? And he started doing sub-only streams, and he streamed to one person. Do you know who the one person was, chat? It was himself. I've also seen the same deal with somebody that used to stream to 50 people, also to one person. I've even seen like major VTubers do it every once in a blue moon. And we're talking people that can pull in like thousands. And how many will they get in a membership stream? It'll be like 100 to 200. Like, it is the smallest percentile of like your community that would be willing to watch. Not good for business. And all it does, you're sitting there thinking like, oh, but they got 100 to 200 people to watch. Surely that was worth it. No, it wasn't. One, if you're not a partner, that wrecks your algorithm. Like, absolutely, that's going to hurt your chances of getting a partner. Two, let's say you're somebody that streams to 2,000 people even, and this is your member only sorry, your sub only stream. If that's the case, chat, you have 1,800 people that could have been on watching you that are now pissed at you for doing that. That's why it's not good for business. with stuff like Patreon, people go like, hey, you get like early access. Hey, you get exclusive like behind the scenes stuff. And everyone just goes like, oh, okay, like, yeah, that's nice. But at least like with early access, it's not like you didn't get to see it. The problem with a live stream being member only or like sub only is that nobody else gets to see it. That's just permanently locked. And that's content they didn't get that they're used to getting. It's a shit model. It doesn't work. So like I said, it's just I understand having the feature, but wanting to like force everyone to do it is just not going to work for any platform. Twitch, when it first happened, started trying to really promote it, and I think they quickly backed off because they realized, like, via feedback, it's like, no, it's not a good thing. I'm just going to skip this since we literally just listened to it. Do people actually sub to watch sub-only streams? No. That is the problem. Like, the idea behind is that, oh, it's going to generate sub revenue, and that's why, like, some streamers do it. It doesn't actually work. And here's why, chat. Why would you sub to somebody if you can't watch their content? Think about that. If you can't watch it at all, how do you even get to know them to sub to them? It is what it is. Some people, if they see you doing a sub-only stream, will unsub from you. It'll have the inverse effect. No, there's no Pataroos in the distance, not until at least after Thanksgiving. American Thanksgiving. I do wonder if a continuation of FGO Pass Part 2 means that the devs finally give in and give us Santa Nero. I'm really surprised that they haven't at this point, but it is what it is. Remember only live stream would be like for an after talk? Yeah, it's like, I feel like it could work if you handle it correctly, but no content creator ever really does. No, I got to sub for like 10% of the content, right? Only get events for around 1 to 1.5 years, no real story. If it's a new game, I have no idea, yeah. Damn it, I was going to say it's after Canadian Thanksgiving now. I know. I made this argument before, and I've also seen the Canadians try to pull that one. You sneaky devils, you. It makes sense somewhat for VTubers because they can do their super chat reading. Right. Like, I can kind of understand it in certain contexts. Most people can't do it, though. I'm just hoping we don't get a Start Dash GSSR Part 3 during Thanksgiving. Yeah. Silly chat. Canada's not real. Canada is real. It's just like, I don't know what you guys do with your holidays. That makes me go, huh? Okay, where were we? So I was trying to see if there's anything else in the shop I actually need to get. I realistically don't think there is. I will grab the CEs for CE bomb making. At least what I can. What else do I have left? Is it the silver? Okay. No, it's not really silver. That's gold is what I have left. I have so many more Assassin and Berserk. I guess because I've done the Saber gore. That's weird, though. I start celebrating Padoru to celebrate Dia de los Muertos. See, Chad, I can pronunciate correctly. Canada is just the South Pole of the North Pole. I hate that I understand that. Like, I don't like that I understood what you said there. I wish I didn't. It's just a bunch of meese? Yes. Oh, it's a double today, chat. Of course it's a double on my birthday. See if we get anything for my birthday. Okay, nothing. What's the second roll gonna be? Also nothing. It is what it is. That's why you expect nothing, chat, then you can't get disappointed. Just a second, guys. Asastra, thank you for the 9 months. Appreciate it. How are you doing today? Wow, nothing. Oh well. What do you mean? It was 3-star C's, chat. I watched the first episode of Campfire Cooking Season 2. I really do enjoy that series. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of anime this season that I'm going to have to try to watch. Which, thankfully, it's, like, less busy for me now. Like, well, I say that. I'm putting the cart before the horse. After tomorrow, it will be less busy for me. But the first episode was a slideshow, so I dropped it. I wouldn't judge an anime based off one episode. I'll be honest with you guys. I saw a ton of people that were like, "Oh, Record of Ragnarok is bad because they didn't constantly animate everything." I mean, would I have preferred it if like more was animated? Absolutely, but I didn't think Record of Ragnarok was bad. I quite enjoyed watching it actually. I don't know what it is, but there is always in like anime fan like in the overall anime fandom there's always been a ton of like animation snobs and people that like if it's not like the best animation ever they can't handle it. That's why like you see like even to a degree, right? Like even Fate fans like, oh, if it's not UFO table it's shit, and you're like, huh? Record of Ragnarok is not animated much. That's why people recommend the manga. Yeah, see, and like that I understand. If you're saying like, hey, if they're not going to animate it very much, just go back and watch the manga. That I get, but or not watch, but read. The 4 seasons are winter, really winter, still winter, and road repair. Yeah, I've been talking with the girlfriend some because we want to like go out and do some stuff, but you know, it's Florida chat and it's hot as balls. Okay. But like this week and like a little bit some of last week, it is like cooled off some, and it's been like high of like 80s during the day and like 70 in the morning and stuff in the evening, and it's like it's pleasant. And I'm like, oh my god, is it not summer? Like, I don't go, it's fall. I go, is it not summer? There's just, in Florida, it's summer and not summer. And that's it. There's no like, there's no winter. Winter's not a thing. There's no fall. Fall's not a thing. It's just summer and not summer. Strong Gilgamesh vibes. Nice. A lot of times, first episode's usually a catch up. It's been a while. Yeah. One Punch Man set themselves up for it with how good season 1 was. True, but season 2 was kind of bad. Just saying. I'd watch videos of you talking about anime. Oh, don't get me started. And see, like, I guess part of the reason too is when it comes to like watching something, usually I'm not much of a snob. So like I try to like fairly evaluate things, and I go like, oh, you know, maybe I didn't like this, maybe I didn't like that, but like the show is still here. All right, like, because I see a lot of people that like, thank you, Bob. I'll be honest that like this is one of the reasons I'm not a bigger content creator. I'm not controversial enough. I also just like shoot straight with people a lot of the time. So I don't like, I think I piss people off because they have like extreme takes on things. And then here I am saying like, no, they're wrong. It's like, it's fine. It's not a big deal. And I think that actually aggravates the people that are like super like self-important at times. How do I know this? Conversations with other content creators. So it's like, I'm not saying it to piss them off. I'm just kind of calling out like the bullshit that happens sometimes. I don't normally do it like in the realm of like, I'm not going to like go on Twitter and shit like that. I don't start drama with people. I don't want the drama. I don't really care. And if someone's like, oh my God, how did you say that? Like that's ridiculous. To be like, look, it's fine. I, wasn't meaning it in a personal way. But there's been many a times I've seen stuff like that happen on like FGO Twitter, and then I come back here to talk about it on stream on my own space here. But I usually don't name names. I usually don't like talk specifics or anything like that. I'll just be like, oh yeah, I saw this was like a trend, and I'm just like, and it's dumb. Like, so in a similar way, when it comes to anime, it's like, yeah, I just normally shoot straight. If I think something's good, it's good. If I think something's bad, it's probably really fucking bad. If I think like something has problems, there are problems, but those problems might not matter to some people. And that's usually something that I try to qualify. I try to qualify any sort of statement that I make on, I'm just trying to think. Like any sort of statement that I make on like criticisms. I'll say like, this is my opinion. And if you don't agree with it, it's fine. There's summer and hell, yeah. Shangri-La Frontier is an anime that I'm looking forward to for season 3 at the moment. There's a couple times, like while watching Shangri-La Frontier, that I've thought it's pretty mid, but there's also times where I've thought it's really good. So in general, I think Shangri-La Frontier is a really good anime. There's 4 seasons in the Philippines. Hot, very hot, rainy, and typhoons. Yeah, I hear about that all the time from CC. I'm waiting for the CAD bit of 5 hours of shitting on Fate Apocrypha. No, because Fate Apocrypha is pretty good. Let me state this. Fate Apocrypha is pretty damn good, but I've also seen people say that like Fate Apocrypha has like award-winning animation, and those people are also wrong. So if you're the type that's like, oh my god, Fate Apocrypha is the best thing ever, you're wrong. But also if you're like, Fate Apocrypha is shit, you're also wrong. The answer is Fate Apocrypha is a pretty good Fate anime. Look, The Ring is not a masterpiece, but it's fun trash. Watch that even got a second season. Yeah. The Ring King. Okay. More people you piss off, the more successful you are. Yeah, I mean, that's the entire like whole engagement farming meta, is to like just say like rage baity shit. Yeah, I don't know why that's happening, chat. Hold on. Oh, my webcam's dead. Cool. How is my webcam dead? Give me 1 second, chat. I don't think that was the webcam. Oh, that is. Okay, I had to like literally go beneath my desk in order to gain access. CAD freeze, yeah, that's the driver failure issue I've been telling you guys about. I don't know why it's happening, but that is now like, I think it's 3 streams in a row it's happened, so I'm gonna have to like look into why it's happening. It may just be that I have like way too much shit plugged into my USB and it like overloads it. Okay, I still see the music, so everything's fine. Let me... Yep. I'm actually surprised I'm not fuzzier right now. There we go. Should be fine. Should be fixed. Kadgashinda, yeah. So sorry. So what was I saying? Just again that like, Apocrypha is not that bad of an anime, but I guess the Apocrypha haters tried to silence me there. Mordred, I think, was better handled in Apocrypha than they were in FGO. Yeah, I actually agree with that. Hot take, I think as an entire story, it's just handled way better in the way it ebbs and flows, where they always know where to start and end an arc perfectly. Sorry, for what? For Apocrypha or like for FGO? IMO, I think Apocrypha is good, but not as good as other Fate anime. I would say you didn't properly finish that sentence. Because saying other Fate anime is a very vague and ambiguous term, and I'm going to flat out tell you Apocrypha is better than a lot of other Fate animes. Is it the best? No. But I think it is better than probably the majority, unfortunately. Like, chat, I'll be honest. If you asked me which I would rather watch between like Apocrypha and Babylonia, I'm actually kind of split on that one. And Babylonia is arguably the best Fate, like FGO Fate anime. So. Cardboard hurt Apocrypha for me. Yeah, me too. I still have complaints about Apocrypha, but I've seen a lot of people that they're like, oh, Apocrypha bad, and I'm just like, yeah, because Apocrypha bad, you got like Fate Extra Last Encore, which was actually bad. Like, I'm sorry, like, no. I like Babylonia more than APOC. Yeah, and I'd respect that. Like, if someone was like, oh, I like this better than another one, I think that's fine. That's perfectly fine decision. Last Encore isn't as bad as people try to make it out to be. I don't know. It's pretty bad. Like, it's pretty bad in the sense that I think it wildly suffered from pacing issues. Not that, like, the characters were awful or the animation was, like bad or anything like that. Just that, like, pacing is a huge thing when you're trying to tell a coherent story. And unfortunately, it gets really bogged down at a couple of points. Though, to be fair, I'm going to admit openly that APOC also has pacing issues. In a weird way, I think APOC needed maybe like another 12 episodes, and it would have been a lot more well-rounded. You would have fleshed out a lot more of the characters. Because, like, one of the problems that APOC suffers from is that it has a huge cast, and it doesn't really give time for all of those. I just literally need to do quests and FP summon on it. Case Files anime is weird where it just starts in the middle. I agree with that, but in a weird way, I had the vibe I had watching the Case Files anime is that it was thinking it was too smart and that it was so obvious what the outcome was. And then it was actually too smart. And I was the fool. So I'll give them credit for that. It's rare that an anime can like hit me with that Uno reverse card and go like, no, you think we're being dumb, but you're the dumb one. So like, I think that's a testament to like the Type Moon writing staff and just like how well they can write mysteries, that they can still pull stuff like that off. Sorry, I'm just thinking about like what it is I need to do right now. I think we go do Ordeal Call 1 free quests. We are on the cruise. We are. One Piece is kind of notorious for its pacing issues. Absolutely. The story in One Piece is really good. The pacing problems in One Piece are that it absolutely like stalls and pads for time. People will sit there and tell you like, oh, it's got all this filler. And I'm like, no, that's people not understanding what the term filler means. Because a lot of like One Piece's filler stuff is still in the manga. The issue with it is that the anime absolutely does like pad itself and cut itself up perfectly to like stall things out with like long, dramatic, drawn out shots and then like a 5-minute intro sequence that is just recapping everything at the beginning of every single episode to make it so that they progress as slowly as possible. That's the issue with One Piece. I was about to go add this to the playlist, and I realized it's already my song request. You also had to understand that it was a continuation of Extra's bad ending, or it didn't make sense. It still made sense. It just, like I said, the pacing was a real problem with Extra. Sorry, not with Extra, with Last Encore. Let's be specific. Summer Case Files next year? That'd be an interesting one. Hello, Ingora. How's it going? Thank you, MS. Depends on what era you're talking about. What, of One Piece? Because One Piece still does that. I hate that the One Piece anime is basically one episode for one manga chapter. I mean, that is just quite literally so that they don't catch the manga. When you have a show that's been running for like 20 plus years, like One Piece has, that actually kind of does become important. 15 minutes of Zoro glazing, best 15 minutes of your life. That's why I read the manga as well. I just, the stance I've taken with One Piece is that I no longer watch it week to week. And instead, I go arc to arc. Sorry, that was an R. If you go arc to arc, then what you do is you set it down and you don't start the next arc until it's complete. And that works way better because then you actually get to like binge watch and you get to watch like all of it rather than, oh man, let me watch week to week and like after watching for like 5 weeks, you don't even remember when the fight started that they're in. Go by all of these things I say to. Oh, say to you. Okay, God. Everything post Time Piece One Piece stalls a lot. Even pre time skip, there was a lot of stall. Crayon Shin-chan best anime fight me. Trubs would agree with you. Assassin tomorrow, very excited. Yeah. Like I told Chad, unfortunately tomorrow is date night again for me, so I will not be on tomorrow. As we are going out to celebrate my birthday. Because I told her not today. First birthday with the girlfriend. How exciting. Yeah. Mm-hmm. In a weird way, I've celebrated a lot of birthdays with girlfriends. Unfortunately, a lot of them have been bad for various reasons. I'm hoping this one will not be. Just got back from chilling with my boy and got to see Blessed Art. I see. So how was Fortnite? What time is live stream tonight? Live stream is in about half an hour. Does JP get a stream too? No, because JP is just the assassin duel. Can you give some examples? Sorry, of what? You have to forgive me, chat, because sometimes I'm having like 3 different conversations with you guys, and I'm not sure which conversation you guys are referring to. I think I do a good job of managing it, but sometimes I get like sidetracked and forget which one we're actually talking about. Oh, bad date birthdays? I'd rather not get into that. for reasons. There's no stream for Grand Assassin Fight as far as I can tell. Yeah, no, there usually isn't. Actually, I mean, they gave us the roadmap. I'd have to go back and look at it again, but I don't remember when we're slated to get the next event. I don't think it's till November. That's all. Make it better. What are the other 2? For Cad, the pain is still too near to his heart. No, I mean, I've talked with her about that some. One with you guys, with like people that I don't like personally, no. Okay. I'm a pretty open person in general, but like I don't like to kiss and tell in that regard. But 2 is one of those things where I'm gonna say that like I'm not somebody that likes to relive past trauma. So negative things and emotions and stuff, I certainly think about them. I know them, but I try not to recall them and like drudge them up unless I have to. I think I've always had that like self-defense mechanism as part of me. Because like when the event happens, I think about it a whole lot. And like it affects me for a while. But once I quote get over it, I put it away. And I just don't bring it back up very often. Yeah, that too, Cal. And hello. My nephew in college forgot to check his mailboxes over a month and missed all of his birthday cards, probably some bills too. Thank you for reminding me, because I actually have to like deal with my bills tomorrow. I had a like wad of them that I was like been meaning to like deal with, and unfortunately due to like busyness at work and like again like my birthday coming up here and various other things, like I've just forgotten to deal with it for like 2 days now. So it's like, oh, tomorrow I have to deal with that. But yeah, I mean, college kids forget to like check their mail and stuff all the time, because a little bit that's like something they didn't have to do when they were living at home usually. That's a now you're an adult, no one's gonna do that for you. Get used to it. This bookworm, I automatically get flashbacks to reading The Dark Tower by Stephen King each time I hear that song. What? Hello, Katana. How are you today? Bill's aware? Yeah, adulting. Happy birthday. Thank you, Anubis. Appreciate it. How you doing? But yeah, no, usually I don't have that sort of issue. Actually, the issue I have right now is getting artists to respond to me. Boom, boom, boom. Happy birthday, Cat. Many returns. Thank you. Appreciate it. Chat, I know this like comp is getting boring for you, but it is legitimately my it is legitimately my Stormpod comp on an A, and I just sit on it. And it's like a strong enough comp for this account that I don't have to like switch things up. So it's why I do it. That's mine too, yeah. I've talked about before, like, Oki Tan is just a very strong quick looper. I think some people just underrate her in that regard. Because she does, like, she functionally refunds all the way back to full, and that's difficult. You don't see that happen with very many quick units at all. Heck, most arts units don't do that anymore. Need to do my pods for today? Yeah, don't let your pods rot. Pods are interesting. I'm going to be curious to see, like, what they do with the Bleached Earth post part 2. Like, are they just going to leave things as is? Are they going to expand the nodes? Are they going to do different things with the storm pods? I don't know. It'll be interesting. Chat. Holy fuck, are we old today? We is. It's a drunk stream? It is not a drunk stream. I've just had 2 full glasses of wine, that's all. Admittedly, it's been nice because alcohol actually affects me a little bit more. I can tell, I can feel the difference because I've lost weight. But no, I'm definitely not drunk. This would not be enough to get me drunk. Or even close to it. Happy birthday, Cat. Thank you. You are not old, trust me. I know. I feel old in relation to a lot of you guys who I, deal with and relate to in terms of like my hobbies and stuff, but in terms of like being a human being, I am not old. I know that. They get the arts units anymore on MP gain, right? Did you see the change where you can buy pods in the Mana Prism shop on JP now? Yeah. It is an interesting thing. Oh, Jade. Thank you. Thank you for the 5 subs. Appreciate it, my dude. Yeah, can we get some love for Jade? And if you guys were one of the 5 people that was lucky enough to get a gift sub from Jade, make sure you guys thank him. But I appreciate it. It's a drinking stream. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, maybe. But no, I like the fact that they gave us mana prisms via. Sorry, not mana prisms. Storm pods via mana prisms, but also at the same time they need to give us a better source of mana prisms. Now it's actually a drinking stream with this song on. I'd like to see if we now need to explore things on the Chaldea side after the Bleached Earth for some reason or another. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Like I think they can easily continue the story, and if they don't, it's simply because Nasu chose not to. J Collective needs to appease the streamer god on his day of birth, Nodders. Are you attempting to bribe me? Are you trying to bribe an official? What's the NA stream about? It's going to be revealing the Ptolemy event, which I already put out the guide video for that if you guys want to go give it a watch. But it'll be interesting. I'll be curious to see if they'll talk about something like Thanksgiving. Chat, hear me out. Normally, NA announces Thanksgiving stuff at Anime NYC. Unfortunately, Anime NYC already happened this year. It happened earlier than normal. It happened back in like August. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them announce something for Thanksgiving at this point, but it may not be here. It may be like they may wait until like the Guda Guda stream. But if it happens here, it happens here. If you're a subscriber, do you have to pay lurker taxes still? Yes, apparently. Like, that's just a general rule for everybody. It's young CAD turns to old CAD. The unit event. What? Have as many birthdays as you want, you won't catch me. True. Yesterday would have been my grandmother's 100th birthday, chat. Which is kind of wild. Like, again, she passed earlier this year, but basically she passed away at 99 years old. That is an accomplishment, no matter how you look at it. Maybe a story where Chaldea actually visits the throne of heroes to have words with Galahad for being such a dick to Mash. I don't think you can ever get to the throne in that way, because basically getting to the throne is getting to the root, and that means that somehow we as Chaldea as an entire organization reach the root, which means like that whole, like basically like all the mage lore falls apart. It's like something that like for narrative purposes should never be reachable from our end. What is lurker tax? So if you see people talking about that, it's apparently on the Twitch side of things. If you watch a stream but you never say anything in the stream, Twitch will, like, I think when you first come in, you'll still count as one of the viewers. But if you never say anything, it will flag you as a bot and it will not count your view. And that's a change that they made like 2 months ago. And I've been asking chat, like, hey, if at least like at one point during the stream, if you're a lurker, if you can just come out of lurk and just say something. Doesn't matter what that something is. Because it helps me out. But it's stupid. I don't know why Twitch does that. I've seen a lot of streamers get upset about it, and every day on Twitter I see more. I see people getting like super pissed at Twitch and saying like, you guys need to do something. Because it's not actually catching bots. It's just catching the actual lurkers. So it's functionally like penalizing people for lurking. And I'm like, that's so dumb. I don't understand that. To be fair, I've seen streamers get upset at their lurkers before and be like, why aren't you guys being more active and talk? I understand like wanting a more active thing, like asking for people to talk, but I understand getting upset at the lurkers. Because like the lurkers are again, like for whatever reason, they're busy doing something. And if they're busy doing something, they're not talking. That's fine. At least they took the time out of their day to open up your tab and watch you. There's also apparently like people are now finding out it's like there is a limit to how many active streams you can watch at a time. And I've seen people say 5 streams, I've seen people say 2 streams, but apparently, like, after a certain point, it also will consider you a view bot and it just won't count your views, which is stupid as well. What is the root? The root is just functionally like the root of all creation and magic and everything, and that's why everybody wants to reach it. That gets all into like magic theory, and there is stuff in Fate that talks about it, but it's just assume it as a like, I almost think about it as like Avalon. It's like the ever distant utopia that may just want to reach, but they can't fucking reach. To a mage, it's like the equivalent of almost like being able to touch God or become God. I feel personally targeted. Good, you should. At least by Twitch. Not by me, but like... I get alert most of the time since I'm at work. Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, there's various reasons why people lurk. I've never looked down on people for lurking. I understand why it's a thing. I often lurk a lot of my friend streams while I'm at work. It's just like, that change is so stupid, and it only penalizes the lurkers and not the actual bots. And if you're wondering why it doesn't penalize the actual bots, because a lot of like actual view bots do message in chat. They're like programmed to. So Twitch is going about it like catching the bots in the worst way possible rather than like a way that's actually effective. But that's all it is. YouTube, you guys don't have to do that. Happy birthday to you too, Avalon. So glad we share a birthday. Also, whose song requested this? Kimba. Saber Shiki is our link to the root. Yeah. Touch the root, you either go poof or gain superpowers. Yeah, pretty much. Like, basically everyone that's reached the root doesn't really come back. Have you watched K-pop Demon Hunters, and what are your thoughts on it? I have not watched K-pop Demon Hunters, but the girlfriend likes K-pop and definitely likes K-pop Demon Hunters, so I am sure at some point I will watch it. I think that is unavoidable. And to be fair, like, I don't know. I'm somebody that in a relationship I like to support the significant other, and if like that's their hobby, I will give it my best shot. Bring a large water leak? Oh boy. All good, Kimba? Feels birthday man, indeed. To be fair, we only do it to Avalon because we love him. Watch a long win. I don't know. Any chance your dad's birthday in December or January? No. But I'm also not going to tell you when my dad's birthday is. 1, because chat doesn't need to know that. And 2, because frankly, it's just not germane to anything. It's actually a good movie, so you'll enjoy it for what it is. Probably. Like I said, usually when something is wildly popular, even if it seems like it's a fad, there is probably a reason that it's popular. And as long as you're not like polarly opposite of that, you'll probably also enjoy it, unless you just have a like really closed off mind. And there are various reasons why people have a closed off mind to something. I'm not going to say that they're in the wrong either. Just that like It's kind of one of those things. Like when there's smoke, there's probably fire. Happy birthday. How many spankings do you get this year? What? It's been really funny because every time I hear like some parent talk about spankings or something, I just think back to my childhood, and I remember how, because I grew so fast, I think it was like my parents spanked me as a kid, but like I think it was like literally already at the age of 5 they really couldn't reasonably spank me because I was too big already at that point. Like, I'm sure if they really wanted to, they could have, but like I think they were just like, no, there's more effective ways to punish. I'll say I watched it with my nephews and I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. Does it? Okay, so chat, when you guys watch K-pop Demon Hunters, does it make you want to play League of Legends? Just curious. No? Okay. L Dubs, thank you for the happy birthday. And Naughty, back to lurking, appreciate it. Although you might want to still message something in chat, because like I was telling chat earlier, I'm not sure if a sub message actually counts, because sub messages are special. But again, thank you for the 5 months. Chat, are you a scat man? I've already seen it 30 times. Good lord. You're a special, Cad. I try to be. Happy birthday. Thank you, Ivy. How are you doing today? A subbed bot? What? Yes, so that's a thing that you can do. Unless you're calling Ivy a bot. You can, as a I think you have to be partnered. I think. So don't quote me on this, but I believe partnered channels can request 3 lifetime subs. What does that mean? It means that you can, with 3 different accounts, hand them a lifetime sub. They will never have to sub to your channel. Oh, thank you for the 5 bits. Appreciate it. However, while chat's like salivating at the thought of having a lifetime sub, in theory, a streamer could give that away. The best use for it is to actually just put it on one of your bots. Why? So that way the bots can use your emotes and stuff, and you never have to worry about like any sort of like rights or access privilege issues for it not being a sub. Because otherwise that'd just be really like annoying. Oh god, what was that song request, Alva? I just... And thank you for the 50 bits. Appreciate it. Yeah, Ivy, your model is looking really good. Thank you for the 11 bits. I know you love me, Cad. Chat, what are you? What are you song requesting? Kat, do you have any interest in playing Megabonk? Megabonk at least looks more fun to me than something like Vampire Survivors. But I'd probably need to look into it more. I do find it really funny that Megabonk is apparently beating like Borderlands 4 and like Ghost of Yote and stuff like that. It's like, really? Another like single dev project is just kicking the ass of like AAA games. Time to take a shot. I don't need a shot. I have my own drink. Songs of musical variety. What do you mean? Yeah. Thank you, tacos. You know, people just want to play games for fun. Right? Looking at the Dead Hazard advanced quest on fandom, I think I'll wait until I get my command seals back tomorrow before trying. When in doubt, you can go with that. It's not difficult. I like how people in CAD chat keep wishing me a happy birthday, but also wishing Avalon a happy birthday. It is the gift that keeps giving. Yeah, we gotta get the God damn it, chat. To be fair, this has gotta actually, like, get views for people. Ugh. Like, in a weird way, for, like, a YouTube channel, it's an interesting idea. You just keep making the same video over and over again, but it's edited to have a different, like, name. Sorry, hold on, chat. Okay. You're welcome. Thank you, Alba. I appreciate it. All right, chat. Let's get the live stream actually open here, since we got like 2 minutes. Sorry, 60 seconds until your ears get blown out. Let me kill song request here, since like I said, it's gonna start up here in a second. Feels like forever since an NA event. It has been. This has been a really like dead period on NA. And to be fair, I did like when they started like accelerating stuff earlier in the year, I was like, why? Like they actually over accelerated and I didn't think they needed to do it, and it made the schedule jam packed at one point. But I knew there was going to be a point later in the year where we had a major dead spot because of it. And that was this. So it is what it is. In that regard, I should be thankful. It happened at a really good time in my life for it. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know why they handled it this way. I always forget that the premiere music makes it really loud. Like that, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that is not on them. That is just YouTube premieres are always this way. Oh, I almost spilled my wine. Okay, let's turn it up, chat, so you guys can actually hear it.
Hello, everyone. I'm yelling today. Energy.
Energy.
Energy. Energy.
I mean, he doesn't have to yell, but
that's as much as we've got.
Oh, okay. Anyway, hello.
Hello.
I'm Albert.
Hi.
I'm the localization producer for FGO.
Hi, Albert.
Michael, and I'm the assistant localization producer for FGO.
Woo!
We're excited to be here. Hope you guys are too. Oh yeah!
Look at this background.
Look at all of this.
Background.
Oh my God!
Hell yeah! Let's go.
Get it away from me.
background. We're trying to figure it out.
Actually, are they in 2 separate places? Yeah.
I don't like this.
That's
at all.
interesting.
Get away from me.
I guess it's 2
No
separate
more
cameras,
disembodied
is
limbs in
why.
my personal space, please.
We're trying something new. And if that means my arm is being cut off, whoa.
That's actually really trippy.
Magic. Whoa. 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 Yeah, stop.
So that basically they're sitting next to each other. They have a green screen still, but it's 2 separate cameras, so it cuts off on one end like my arm does right here, but it appears on the other end.
Their broadcasting station, live volume 20, Grill from Castle of Shining Dawn, Castle of Shadow Dust pre-release special.
Yeah, and it's so special, so special.
How special is it?
We're gonna be really mature about this tonight.
Look, maybe putting on a green screen was a mistake.
Possibly the real mistake was telling us at the start, hey, don't reach past this
Don't
line.
yeah.
Like,
we had a specific instruction.
We never would have done it if nobody had said
don't
anything.
reach past the center line, because when our hands got cut off, I'm just like, what do you mean? Woo! Woo!
I maintain that if we were not told, this would not have happened.
And then you know what the editor guy, what he's gonna do? He's just gonna use a different screen where the hand doesn't get cut off. So we're just doing stupid things. But you have to use that screen now, right, Carl? Right?
Because otherwise him explaining what he's doing isn't
look stupid. It's just not me trying to be like.
Can you just put a puzzle?
Yes. Yes.
Those are the producers back
Fair.
there talking about how to handle the fact that we're 5 years old.
Love it. Anyway.
Just like Hassan, they're using a dog as a prop.
Let's go over a little bit of what has been happening in FGO. So first, we had the event, the Great Spirits World Tour around the world with the Esteem Spirit event just happened. What about the event?
Good time was.
I don't know
had by
about
all,
just
right?
happened,
Yes.
but
I
sure.
hope everybody enjoyed the event, enjoyed the story. I mean, I guess it's not really spoilers to talk about the story right now, but
Spoilers.
spoiler alert, there was a story in the event and some stuff happened, and then you resolved a singularity.
No way.
I know, right?
No way. Oh my god. Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm probably not going to be on the next one.
You spoiled
Sorry,
too
guys.
much.
This is my last broadcast. This is.
It'd be hilarious if JP actually got
we
angry at
hope
him for that,
everybody
though.
enjoyed the event. Enjoy the event. Also, say hi and bye to Michael for the last. Whoa.
I'm just going to disappear into the void.
And then we also had a new campaign adding new master missions. So it's an audio call new duties campaign. There will be new master missions added. So make sure you clear those master missions for rewards. Also, it will be almost Halloween by the time this broadcast station goes live.
Yeah, what are you dressing up as?
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin? Full pumpkin? Not a jack-o'-lantern,
Just like an orange, just like...
Okay, so just like the upper half of your body will be a pumpkin. So you'll be like a pumpkin with legs?
Yeah. Just...
This is much funnier to our producers than it
I was gonna say, I like how they're picturing it.
I don't know, like
Is it the arm that gets cut off?
Yeah.
When I do the... it's the... and then my arm is on the other side of the screen. But anyway, I'm just being like an orange...
Just like, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. What about you? What you gonna be?
I was gonna dress up as a jack-o'-lantern.
No, you should dress up as Jesus.
Oh hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
It's so obvious, Michael.
Yeah, and I'll be a jack-o'-lantern.
And I'll just be sitting there. It's like, don't bother me. I'm
just a pumpkin.
Yeah. Anyway.
Right.
Latest game news.
Right, we're talking about FGO, not our Halloween plans.
Yes. So the new
He
event
just
is
needs
called
like
Grill from
the
Castle
walking
Shining
stick
Dawn,
and like the
Castle
robes.
Shadow Dusk. And let's go over some campaign that's already happening that's related to the campaign. So there is a pre-release campaign happening right now.
Yep.
And then a special accrue login bonus is available to commemorate this
I'm not going to give you the reaction you want. I'm not giving you the reaction you want.
And depending on the number of logins you have during the bonus period, the rewards you receive may differ. So please don't miss out on any of the rewards and logging every single day. In addition, the AP cost for main quest, for all of the main quests in part 1 through part 2, chapter 1, so Lost Spell 1, the AP cost will be 0. Again, that's main
Makes me want to
quest from
continue to
part
do
1
story.
to Lost Spell 1 of part 2. AP cost will be 0, and missions for main quest for main story progression have also been added to master missions. So make sure you catch up on some of the stories and get rewards from that. The campaign period ends in October, actually soon-ish.
Yeah, pretty soon.
So make sure you use this opportunity to finish these
and get all the cool rewards.
Get all the rewards.
Okay.
Next, let's talk about the event. Whoa!
Your elbow keeps popping into the void.
Okay, it depends on which screen that
your
our
elbows
editor is
Keep
gonna
your
use,
elbows
right?
in.
So either I'm just like we're in like normal distance
Yeah,
right
but
now, or
Michael's
my
elbow
hand's
also
like,
is going across. It looks like it's like
we're
a.
making him really hard to edit this because
He looks like
has to swap
Dalsum
over
from
there.
Street
Yeah,
Fighter.
he has to swap to the one.
like
with the
extending his
slides in the
arm.
middle, or else people would just be like, "What is he talking about?" Albert is just trying to like
Yeah.
touch Michael's face or something.
I wish you wouldn't. We are really breaking the fourth wall today.
I don't think there is a wall.
This is.
You're just playing with
see,
portals.
Your hand cut over too. It's not just me.
Oh, so only you can do it?
No, I mean you can do it too. If you just be a little bit, Look, people want excitement and difference stuff, so people want to watch this to have fun, right?
We're here to
I
have
agree.
fun.
We're here to have fun. I mean, most of you already know what event is coming up anyway, so.
He's not wrong.
When people watch it, be like, type in the comment, what are you talking about? I actually don't know what event is coming up.
No,
Will you just tell
they're
us
lying.
We're here to find out, please?
So the event is called Grillfront, Castle of Shining Dawn, and Castle of Shadow Dusk. And the scenario writer for the event is actually Makoto Sanda, who have written a lot of novel that's in the Fate franchise, and people might recognize him as the writer for Lord L. Malloy's Second Case Files, and then also the new set of novels, The Adventure of Lord L. Malloy II. But let's move on to our usual reading of...
but before we get to the prologue, we actually have a message from the writer.
No way.
This is
What?
like the prologue?
I thought we just have the prologue.
No, we have even more stuff this time. That's where all the excitement is coming from. We have more
Excitement!
things.
Okay.
Look at this guy.
Whoa, I have to keep my elbows in. Whoa.
Yeah, keep your elbows in, Albert. Man.
Case files writer, yeah.
Okay, so, what do you have?
All right, so we have a message from the writer. Hello, this is Makoto Sanda. I was in the middle of writing Volume 4 of The Adventures of Lord L. Malloy II when Nasu-san came to me with, I want to read a proper story in a Grailfront. I remember bracing myself for a challenging task. The reason being, if we were going to give a Grailfront a full-fledged story, we would also need to consider things like how to integrate the maps and the player's strategy for each one into the story, and even new rules for the Grailfront. We tried to use
Which
a
they
lot of
didn't
new
really
things in
do,
this
but-
event, and I'm very grateful to the staff for fulfilling so many unreasonable requests. I hope you enjoy this new Grailfront.
Whoa.
Thank you for the message. It's actually cool that we get to hear from the
yeah.
writer about this. This is
Especially about how trying to incorporate into an event type, I guess, a genre, a type of event.
Yes, so that
we
our
have
players do
for
not
a while
experience
already.
ludonarrative dissonance in the course
Yeah.
of playing our game. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
But now we have, now that Sanda-san have written a beautiful story for this event.
Every story must have a prologue.
Must have a prologue.
And every prologue must be read on screen.
By Michael.
That last part I don't remember seeing in the contract, but what the heck, we're here anyway.
Go ahead.
Master and party arrive in a new singularity to find a world shrouded in mist, its location and era unclear. When their companion, Taigong Wang, attempts to analyze their location, the mist thickens, blocking his spell. Sensing something amiss, Taigong Wang makes a swift decision to remove his master from danger, only to come under attack at their next destination. Then, a servant appears. He lays the enemy low with his spear, shouting, "Come at me, any who do not fear this spear, which brought the world to heel alongside the King of Conquerors." A new Grailfront unfolds, set in a castle shrouded in mist. Leverage your hard-won experience and tactical knowledge to seize victory and uncover the truth of this singularity.
So it should be obvious who he's
God.
talking about there,
So
but
what is
I won't spoil in case someone doesn't.
You have to leverage your hard-won experience and tactical knowledge to seize victory, and then you find out what will happen in this singularity. Were you listening?
What happened if I only have hard-won experience and not tactical knowledge?
Then you don't get to find out. But we do. You know what you can have though, because you're asking so nice. Well, not really nicely, but you're just asking. We do have like a little video. You know, this is just a new thing that we're doing now.
Oh my God!
With like a little bit of the scenario to just sort of give you a little whet your appetite, like an amuse-bouche.
Oh, right.
Of the scenario.
Okay.
It's fancy terms today, guys.
So what is the first course?
Our first course. Take a look.
Okay, calm down. It's still pretty darn loud. Okay, they didn't fix the game volume. It is interesting because it does seem like they are responding to like feedback about the live stream some, but yeah, the game volume, like the volume mix between their voices and the clips that get played is still just so disparagingly like off. And I don't know why. So it's just honestly, other than like his enthusiasm, I think that is the only thing that like I really want to see them fix. Like the more they can spruce up the stream and do stuff, that's fine. I'm not gonna like say no to them making the stream more exciting, but like that is my only problem with stream. And to be fair, I get it. Like volume in, well, like just audio issues in general and any sort of streaming capacity just sucks. I actually don't really remember Tai Gong being part of this event, but like he is. I remember covering it with the like the bonuses and stuff. I just like narratively didn't remember it. At least it's not a white room again. Yeah, I do agree with that. I think it's better when they use a green screen. It actually does evoke a little bit more of a quality thing. Aside from, you know, like Albert doing the whole like extendo arm thing constantly. But that, like, you know, for one stream, I'm not going to fault him for that. If he does that like every stream, I'll be like, okay, that's getting kind of old. But like, hey, it's fun. He's just having fun. A lot of reused assets here. It's actually a really long preview. All right, chat. You guys are feet experts. So whose feet was those?
Whoa. A lot of things happened.
That was a lot of things happening.
For
in
what
succession.
is a moose?
An amuse-bouche. Yeah. So fair enough. That's maybe more of an appetizer.
Yeah.
If you like if we're gonna get really into that.
Right. So what happened? What happened? What happened?
I mean, so as the prologue suggests, Albert, you arrive, and then everything goes sideways.
To a world shrouded in mist.
To a world shrouded in mist, and then you get attacked.
Oh no.
Yeah. And we've never been attacked. We don't know.
Dad knows the feat, of course. No, I mean I knew who it was just from the blurb that Michael read at the beginning. Not that it's not already obvious for most of chat.
Oh.
Hey, you said that, not me.
Well,
What are you pouting for?
Speaking of technical knowledge, let's talk about how to.
Aren't you the feet expert? No, I am the boob expert.
Right. A little bit forced, but we got there.
Kicking and screaming all the way.
So an event map will actually appear for this Grail front, and players will be able to play through the main quest and Grail fronts this time together. So by progressing through the main quest, you will unlock Grail fronts, and win the Grail fronts, you can move on and play through new quests. Progressing through the main quest will also unlock free quests, and completing free quests will collect event items.
Who's the ass expert? FGO doesn't have one because none of the characters actually have asses.
And more tactical knowledge.
Unfortunately.
Oh, okay, we're sticking with a tactical thing.
Yeah. So, lay off the sugar, Albert.
What did you have for lunch?
So, the difficulty level for Grail front will also change.
Yeah, I know. And you could also say like Bradamante and stuff like that.
So once the Grail fronts are cleared, you can go back and play them under any both under day and
day or night. Yeah.
No.
And by changing the event map from day or
they
night,
don't
you
have
can
to be
experience
cleared.
a very different Grail front.
He's incorrect about that, chat.
That you can.
Next. So this Grail front also will add a little bit more mechanic.
Yeah, kind of different victory conditions and things like that. Yeah.
So spaces known as suppression points have been added, and claiming them will result in your victory. Also, new conditions to win have also been added, such as
Oh no, Lartoria has an ass.
Place or defeat a certain enemy. There are even conversations to take place on the map now, and pay attention because they might give you useful information or hint on how you can win the Grail front. Additionally, new routes on the routes on the map will appear by meeting certain conditions, like so for example, what's on the slide here. By breaking down walls, you can move to spaces that weren't connected before, and more.
And more.
So a continue function has also been added to the Grail front. If you're defeated in battle, you now have the option to either use 3 command spells or 1 sync chord to continue. By doing so, ally servants, including NPCs and master, will return to their original positions on the map. And apart from any items from treasure chest acquired, items that apply status effects located throughout the map will also be reallocated. Ally servants will have their HP fully restored and their MP gauge charged to 100%. The state of the enemy, including damage taken, will remain the same before continue was applied. So use this new function to give yourself a little bit of advantage in battle and gain victory and progress through the event. Next. With every event, of course, we have new rewards that will be added, and this time let's take a look at the command codes for the event.
Ooh, let's. All right, what's up first here? We have the Dominatrix Cap, which gives you special attack against wild beasts on the engraved card. That's fairly common enemy too.
I don't think he said that right.
Like the hat, of course. We've seen that a number of times on a specific servant.
Oh, it sounded like he said Dominatrix hat.
It's fine, don't worry about it. But we have other things too. We have the God Striking Whip, which appropriately gives you a special attack advantage against divine enemies. Ooh, and 2 critical stars every time you attack. So always get those extra critical stars. Nice thing to have.
Doesn't look like a whip, though.
Strike some gods.
Yes.
Next one.
It looks more like a club.
We have the Great King who seeks the world's end, and that gives you Buster card effectiveness up for all allies whenever you attack with the card. This is kind of a neat one to put on your supports if you want to, give an additional Buster buff to the rest of your allies. And, it's always nice to see a Scander on something.
Yeah. And then a lot of times the command codes
This one's not bad.
give you the effect for that specific card. So a 10% Buster card buff basically is
for the whole party.
For the whole party, it's a lot, especially if you have like kind of multiple enemies and you need to have one of your servants to kill the first one, and then you need to have the second servant kind of kill the second one, because there is a
like
little
multiple single target setup sort of thing.
Yeah, so that 10% buff can be quite
just wait to see how he explained that.
Set up your party,
and it can also be a good way to get something more out of those situations where you need to use a support.
Hello, Star. How's it going?
Support characters damage cards.
Yeah.
Where you're not necessarily getting a lot of damage out of them, but you are getting an additional buff. So there are a lot of ways that you can work this into setups. It's pretty nifty in that respect. Nifty is not a word that I use very much.
I mean, especially even if it's AOE Noble Phantasm, or sometimes if single target attack.
I don't know. I think it's nifty.
As we've seen from a lot of the challenge quests that we see at the conventions, sometimes things don't go as planned.
Oh no, that never happens.
Don't go as planned, and then you have that one enemy left with that just tiny bit of health. This 10% Buster buff to even the supporter that's doing the attack following.
That can get you there.
Yeah, might help.
That can get you right over that little hill.
So now we have gone over the command codes. Of course, we have the event limited craft essence. So equip it during the event to increase your attack by 100%.
This one's not a bad one.
Free quest and 15%
it's just not all attack scaling.
If you max limit break the
it is your damage C. It's also starting charge.
200% of attack in main and free quest, and 30% up in Grail Front.
That's a lot of percent.
So also we can just take a look at effect as well. Increase art's effectiveness by 8%, 10% if limit broken. Buster effect by 8% or 10% limit broken. Critical strength, MP strength, and also begin the battle with MP charge at 30% if your max limit broken is 50%. So this is all the buff that you will ever need from a craft essence
rolled into one.
Is rolling to one.
I'm gonna charge my NP. I'm gonna make the NP hit harder, and then I'm gonna make my cards hit harder.
And the critical strength are also hit harder.
I'm gonna get my crits. Like, it's a greedy.
Yeah,
I like it.
And then a lot of these craft essence, you kind of want to cover the buff that your normal servant skill set doesn't cover, but this kind of just cover everything.
This is one of those like one size fits all kind of CEs.
If you don't,
I mean, he's not wrong.
To put on.
I'm gonna say though, they don't really need to talk this much about the command codes or the craft essences.
It will help out with how you progress through some of the more difficult battles, whether it's in free quests or is in Grow Front. Better. So please make use of this craft essence. Also, I love the art here. It definitely showcased that whole the strategic mindset of
God's eye view
of how Zhuge Liang plans out the strategy. So I think this art is really cool.
I like it. It's worthy of a place in your collection.
Always. And next, so let's talk about some limited time craft essence. These new craft essence will be available in the pickup summon during the event period, and equipping these CEs will increase the event item drops during the event in addition to their base effects.
None of these are really notable.
I mean, I'm kind of a fan of the art here.
Like the 4-star ones may be the best.
It's that kind of like, so Paris and Apollo are just kind of
just from a gameplay perspective, not talking art like they are.
Like, I guess maybe William Tell with the younger character, just kind of bringing back the fatherly vibes. Kind of fits with his story really well, so that's fun to see. Plus, you got a couple of archers hanging out.
Yeah, and I really like the color. It's such a how do I say this? It's a very warm feelings induced picture.
You heard it here, folks. It's a very warm, feelings-induced picture.
Words.
Words are hard.
But like you said, the like having William tell here.
Yeah, it's. I think that like I do like what you're getting at. The kind of the color palette of the piece fits the mood of the characters in a very sort of appropriate way. Look, we're not art historians.
Anyway, next.
Thank you, Michael.
You want to talk about the craft essence effects before we do the art?
Yeah, I'd rather talk about this one. I'd be like, oh man, artist made her quite shapely.
And buff removal resistance by 10% for yourself. That buff removal resistance, even 10% sometimes can make the difference between do you get to hit harder for next turn or also that buff removal includes defensive buffs. Let's say there's defense of invincibility, evade. That also includes anti-enforcement.
Yeah, the things that we really want to make sure we have.
Yeah, so
did I start on this one? Yes.
Be able to resist against the enemy, remove them. It's really nice. Also, it's a 4-star craft essence, so you can kind of adjust your team costs there. Clairvoyance in 2 years. In about 2 years, you have to really start to think about.
You do.
Your team's cost there. So definitely use this chance to collect all the different craft essence. And if you have a chance, limit break them, get their effects, and kind of think about.
I don't know what he's talking about. You really don't have to think about your team cost too much.
I for one love that in a craft essence that buffs our Buster and.
This is not a scenario like we had with like LB7.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Notice that?
Actually. Hey. Like you said, we're not really artists.
We don't know anything about art.
See, I'm a localization producer. I'm not an art producer.
And this is why.
Anyway, next.
So we have the craft essence Bibliophilia. And this one provides us with an increase to our NP gauge by 5% each turn. And an increase of NP strength by 15%.
Dean looks better than the full screen one. Yeah.
Charge by 2 levels when you're using your NP.
Why are you whispering?
So that's not a whisper.
This is a whisper. But why you saying such a low voice?
I don't know. We're being energetic. We're doing something different here. Like we're just kind of rolling with it.
That's not very energetic.
This is what it looks. This is as much energy as I have to give, Albert.
Okay.
You can't squeeze blood.
Well, to be fair, Skyclad, that has to do with who Ptolemy is.
I like this. We have Cleopatra here reading a book.
Quick, someone alert Prophet. We have a Cleopatra sighting.
Books.
Yes.
Murasaki Shikibu.
Murasaki Shikibu. This is again. It's kind of a nice like chill craft essence, which I kind of like. Just sitting there with a cup of tea, reading a book.
And I always love craft essence. Give us like the kind of the if.
The cringe is extra cringe today. It is. It's not bad though.
Yeah, like what do they do in Chaldea when they're not fighting singularities? Like just have some tea, read a book, like just catch up on the world.
And then the effect of this craft essence also, it gives you kind of everything you need. For
an NP focused. I do like that. The NP per charge per turn is really great because especially that moment where you're like 3% shy. This can get you there.
And especially we have more and more servants where overcharge is going to be very useful. So
absolutely.
Even we just ignore the rest. Just having that MP charge by 2 levels when using
and that's
also
2 levels instead of just 1.
And that's already really powerful for some servants.
Tell me when there's a Cleo sighting.
Also give you additional event items that you can use. So they're extremely useful in the respect of.
Joe wait 45 minutes for 4 minutes of info and like it.
Ascension materials.
Yeah, like I said, I'm sorry a little bit. They just need to tell you that like, hey, these are the shopsies.
Events are the best time to get your materials.
We really don't need too much commentary on it.
And we've talked about command codes, talked about craft essence.
What else could there be? What could we be forgetting?
I
think that's it. Bye, guys. Good talking to you.
Oh my God! So of course we'll be talking about new servers.
That's what it was. Okay, who we got?
So let's check out the first video.
Sugitani. Sinjo.
計画立案環境整備弾丸装填狙え二つ弾にて撃ちてソロよしよし当たった。
My Grand Archer and JP. I still really do like her design.
Archer Sugitani Zenjubo and Sugitani Zenjubo have made a appearance before in the story
on the
already.
QT a little bit.
Yeah. So this time we'll get to see.
She's prettier than the MC from Yotai. I'll be honest with you, most characters are.
Yeah, and summonable this time. So of course now.
And that's it, right? Like we're good. That's
no, we have more.
Okay, well this is just getting excessive. What else could there possibly be?
Who can it be? Oh my god. Okay, I bet I can already see the comment be like, okay, Albert, stop, right? We already know.
Albert, stop. Just show us the trailer.
Yes, trailer.
That is Skandar Boy? I don't know about that, but... Stage 1.
もう少し書に浸っていたかったのだがな。いざ開け H の門。全知全能ならざる我らが全知全能なる者へと挑む。遥かなる歴史をその魂に刻め。ビブリオをつけて忘れよう。
I do remember people were really hype
Also for 5-star, we have
about the fact that he had
Archer,
both of these.
And then there's actually, as you can see, we have the
So
first
this
ascension.
is a little different. What am I looking at here, Albert?
So Toll Miles will change battle sprite and actually have
You get old
different
like
level
me,
capacity
chat.
depending on the ascension level. So let's take a look at the next slide. So this is Toll Miles in first ascension. This is his Noble Phantasm. So increase MP strength by 1 turn. If it increases with overcharge, so like what we talk about, overcharge level increase.
Oh, okay.
Apply ignore defense 1 turn for yourself and deal significant damage and decrease defense 3 turns for a single enemy. So this MP for us, the single target MP will make sure that outside of invincible or evade, we can ignore all the defensive stats that the enemy has.
Which are increasingly common.
Yeah. And deals a high amount of damage for a single target enemy.
Yeah.
Now, however, you're like, well, what happens if the situation changes? We have different enemy comps. What do we do? Oh my god, what do we do? So let's take a look at the next slide. So,
asked and answered.
Ptolemios in the third ascension will change the property of the Noble Phantasm. It will change to increase MP strength by 1 turn. Again, effect increases with the overcharge. Apply sure hit 1 turn for yourself and deal heavy damage and decrease defense for all enemies. Sorry.
Ptolemy can switch his NP type.
And
that's nifty. Why am I saying nifty today?
Don't know.
Because you're a nifty guy, Michael.
Please stop.
But and then people ask, well, what happens if I start the battle with Ascension 1 or Ascension 3, but during the battle, I need to make these changes on the fly?
Yeah, what does happen if I
Next slide. So, when you use his third skill, his battle sprite will change from either first/second ascension to third ascension, or if you start the battle in third ascension, you use the third skill, it will his battle sprite will
go back and forth.
Go back and forth.
Yes. Unlike Mel, he goes back and forth.
Use this skill and kind of plan out the stages.
That's pretty cool, actually.
And see which one you would like to use it for. Especially, we have a lot of high difficulty free quests that have
like
different enemy
wave clearing, and then a boss, and then another wave.
And another wave, or the wave is 3 enemy and then 1 enemy and then 3 enemy again. So
I like this. This is a neat gimmick.
So definitely attempt different quests.
Yeah.
Bring Toy Miles in your party, and try out his skills and his Noble Phantasm for yourself.
Plus, it's a cool design. I mean, the NPs are pretty cool.
And of course, there will be a pickup summon for this event. So, the pickup summon for this event will include the new limited craft essence we introduced earlier. And for more information, please go check out the official site and in-game news. And let's take a look at some of the event servants that will receive event bonuses from this event. The servants that you see on the screen will have increased attack strength and bump points gain. And certain servants eligible for the event bonus will not necessarily appear in the event story, so please check out the official site or in-game news for the complete list. Also, special missions for Story Clear Support Campaign Part 4 have been added for a limited time. The continued item Leyline Stone will be available once again, and there will be a special accrue login bonus. In addition, Leyline Stones have been added to the Exchange Mana Prism shop in Da Vinci's workshop, and for a limited time, the amount of QP required to strengthen servants will be reduced by half. And we'll talk about why this is important also a bit later. So, and that's not all. There's also a pickup summon to help players out in the Grow Front free quests, and the pickup
there you go,
will
chat.
be
Zenobia.
and Sejong Nagang. We have, of course, a trailer for the event. So let's take a look. There are two trailers, and we'll be playing them back to back. So let's check it out.
さあ、どっちの輪を連れていく？昼夜すべてを制圧せよ。フェイトグランドオーダー、聖杯戦線、白天の城、黒夜の城。お前の旅に幸多からんことを。
昼夜すべてを制圧し、黄昏に潜む敵を倒せ。フェイトグランドオーダー、聖杯戦線、白天の城、黒夜の城。アはまだ同じ夢を見ている。
And that's the trailer that we have for this event. And the trailer's animation production was done by Wit Studio. The trailer will be uploaded to Aniplex of America's YouTube channel after the broadcast, so definitely go check it out. I love the animation.
Absolutely, yes.
And always watch the trailer before and after you finish.
And then you go through it a little slower, catch the things that are happening in the story that we're here. Yeah.
Also, the theme song that was playing during the trailer, Rensei, will be available for download and streaming, so please definitely check it out.
Awesome.
And the event release date. So, Grow from Castle of Shining Dawn and Castle of Shadow Dusk will be released on October 15th after maintenance.
Wait, that's
soon.
That's tonight.
Whoa! People are just like, okay, guys.
Like, we know, guys. We have a calendar.
Players will need to have
rarely
Lost Spell #1 Permafrost Empire Anastasia to participate in this event, and that's where the story progression campaign earlier will be very handy to help you progress through the event. So definitely don't hoard those Leyline Stones.
Yeah, use them. They go away.
Use them and to help you progress through the event. And there will be a special website for this event. If you share the special website on social media, you can get an original wallpaper for your phone. Also, there is an original illustration that was created for this event. So definitely check it out. It's a very beautiful illustration.
I love it.
Plus, we'll be giving away X icons and desktop wallpaper featuring the original illustration. And so for more info, please check out the in-game news article or official website. And finally, Courts! What? Whoa! We have reached our social media campaign for this, the social media goal.
I'm not sure that we did this time, but...
Thank you everyone who have participated to reach the goal. As a reward, everyone will receive 6 Saint Cords in a few days, so please check your present box later to claim the Saint Cords. And that concludes our latest information. Whoa.
Oh,
hey,
no,
Mr. Fox, thank you for the raid.
I don't want disembodied arms in my face. Get away. Producers, make him stop.
Wait, can I disembody my head?
I don't.
Thank you, Ash. Appreciate it.
Find out.
Oh no, that's just my body cut in half.
That's just your disembodied.
We'll figure it out.
You're disembodied. I don't know.
So that's it for today's CBS Lite. Before we go though, we actually have a special opening video for this Grill Fun to share with you all. I hope everybody enjoyed this video and the event, and we'll see you guys next time.
Next time.
So weird. Thank you, Fox. Appreciate it, bud. This is way better than the trailer that they showed off earlier. Wait, was Theseus a hidden thing on? I guess he was. I forgot about that. I forgot that they tried to hide him during this. Because he was kind of just such a known quantity. So I guess that's it. Again, that was better than the actual like short TV 15-second trailers that they showed off. So that was pretty awesome. I like seeing that. Honestly, I like when they do more in-depth trailers like that. But Mr. Fox, thank you for the raid. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. Chat, if you guys haven't already followed Mr. Fox first, go do so. He's a fantastic content creator. He's a member of the Explosion Stream team alongside me. Also, Mular Troya, indeed. Actually, I have another art piece you'll probably like. I will use it on a different day, but I'll let you know when I use it, Fox. But like, yeah, this was an interesting one. At least with regards to, they seemingly are responding to a little bit of the like feedback on the live streams. I think that's actually a good thing. I think it actually. Who is this? I think it's actually a good thing in the fact that it shows that they are listening a little bit. Like, even though it's the NA staff and they don't have a whole lot of power, it's like, the one thing that's within their power is the capability to actually do something about like the quality of the content that they produce. I know they don't have a lot of like funding and stuff, I'm sure, and I'm sure a little bit some of this is kind of bootleg produced on their end, but like there's still some things they can do to make it a little bit better. And that's where my feedback has kind of come from, especially like I said, the volume issues that they get sometimes are just pretty bad. You guys can see I constantly have to like turn the volume up and turn it down just to equalize it for you guys, at least some. But at least it seems like they're hearing the feedback about Albert kind of being dead fish on a couple of the streams, and how like when you're the like head of the NA staff and you're acting that way, it's not a good look. So that's honestly good. I hope he continues to show enthusiasm during the streams. I like that. And to a degree, you know, chat was saying like, oh, they're cringe. I'm like, I don't mind. I don't mind them just being kind of like goofy and joking around and jovial in general. I think it's a good thing for them to do on the streams. So I like it in that regard, and I hope they do more of it, not less. I think it actually makes them, if anything, more like personable and relatable rather than seeming like they're just some stiff corporate like slave or something like that, which is not a good thing. So Fifth Element spotted. Yeah. I don't know what some of these recommendations are. Definitely not fantastic. I'm pretty average at best. Working on being better. Nah, don't listen to Fox Chat. He's actually a lot better. He's just selling himself short. He is genuinely a good person to hang out and stream with. kind of scared of Grail Fronts, to be honest. Grail Fronts are not super hard, and if you need help, you can kind of follow along with some of the stuff that I do. I'll play them all with you guys on stream. You guys will see how I handle them. They're really not too bad. The only one that's going to be a problem is probably the final one in this one. And again, one, you have the guide video that I put out for this event. And two, like I said, I'll be live so you guys can kind of follow alongside and try to do similar stuff to me. Cad, look, it's Ivy's fan art in the bottom right. Is it? I mean, it definitely. I like if you told me this was Ivy and that this was like a piece that she commissioned, I would believe it. But yeah, that's why when we were watching the final thing, like I had in the back of my head, like thought about the fact that they had not shown Theseus yet, and I was like, huh. Did they just skip him? And then like when we saw that video, I was like, oh, that's right. They were trying to hide him. So it is what it is, but. Will I be rolling for Ptolemy? I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. He is a good unit. I do kind of want to pick him up, but I was talking with Chad about like how one, the future of FGO is a little bit uncertain right now, and so because of that, I'm not all too like willing to spend a lot of money outside of like, you know, my main waifus and stuff like that. And two is, I'll just be honest with you guys, like real life, my costs are like way up right now, and so like I have been trying to penny pinch a little bit on the side. You know, and that's not just, oh, like I'm dating someone now. There's also like other things that have kind of caused a little bit of financial increase of burden on me right now at the moment. So it is what it is, but it's just something I'm kind of taking all in stride. He was in the two trailers, but he wasn't featured like Zinjobu. Yeah, Zinjobu actually got like name dropped and like prominently featured. He was kind of there but hidden. Grail fronts are amazing with stalling units. Yeah, usually when it comes to a Grail front, one, taking your strongest units is usually a good idea in general. But if you feel like you're struggling, try to take units that have low cooldown survivability skills. So, like for instance, like Ku Berserker's like multi-dodge skill, Marie Antoinette's like multiple invulnerability skill. Just normal Umu, like her 3 times like gut skill. It's like realistically speaking, you're just looking for people that have a whole lot of like survivability, either in forms of like hard survivability or maybe even soft ones like with defense and healing and things like that. But that'll help you kind of like have some staying power if you feel like you're getting beaten up. Because usually in FGO, and this has kind of always been the meta, is offense is the best defense. That is to say, if you can just waltz right in, kill enemies right off the bat, they don't really get a turn to have an offense against you. So you're not going to take damage. But if you can't handle that, then one of the better ways is to go for a more stall orientation or something that has survivability that can outlast your opponents and kind of keep you from just taking chip damage here and there. That's why it looks like her avatar could believe it's fan art. Yeah, I could too. Car payment? Yes, now I have a car payment where I didn't before. So that is definitely a big one. Even though I got him on JP, I still use Durga more. Remember, Ptolemy is both single target and AoE, so it really just boils down to, again, he's kind of a Melisande-like unit. If you feel like you want someone like that, that can be used as both, he's really good. If you already have a robust set of archers, you absolutely don't need him. It's just kind of up to you. But Ptolemy was after, like during his event, and then even after that, he was a fairly strong unit in certain like 90 plus nodes and things like that, and plus. But I'm not going to say he's a unit where like you have to have him or that he is the only solution. So I do think he's worth a roll for people, but whether or not you feel like you need to is another thing entirely. I might just USO him. Yeah, I mean, that's a strategy if you have USOs. Obviously, that's not going to be a thing for most people, but I don't really like his art design. I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of Ptolemy's, like, first design. Where was it? Why am I just missing it? Because I know it's, like, right here.
And for more information.
Yeah, this design I actually really like. I like Ptolemy's, like, he looks like he looks like a D&D wizard, right? It's like exactly what I would imagine a D&D wizard looks like. He's old. He is like wizened. He is literally just somebody that is like the epitome of like some sort of like sage like or like super knowledgeable character, and it looks like the bro is about to like hit you. Like he's got that like side eye going on, right? Bro looks like he's about to hit you with the biggest fucking fireball of your life. Also, if you've played Final Fantasy 14 or any Final Fantasy that had Rama in it, he looks like he's about to hit you with a fucking thunderbolt. He totally gives me that level 20 former wizard adventurer vibe. Yeah. And in that regard, I do really like it. But I can totally understand if people are not maybe like the biggest fan of the design. I don't think it's a huge problem. Can't wait for Kenshin. Yeah, Kenshin, I think you're going to see a lot of people skip Ptolemy. Not that he's a bad unit. He's not. But I think you're going to see a lot of people skip him in favor of like rolling Kenshin on the next banner. I think Kenshin will just be the more popular unit. Though I'll be honest with you, I think like to a degree Ptolemy is the more usable unit. Not that Kenshin's bad, but Kenshin's kind of like a specialized boss killer, and she's good at that. But Ptolemy can kind of do everything. Again, he is a similar to Melisson type character, so. And admittedly, they learned a lot from Melisson. That's why he's able to switch back and forth, but that's also why his damage is not like actually insane level. It's still good, but it's not like, hey, you know, all of a sudden I'm just better than every other archer in existence. I wish someday they'd make a servant who changes class by ascending. I don't. I think I'll be honest, I don't like in general the premise of ascensions being tied to gameplay. I think that is a poor choice on their end. I'm rolling Taegong Wang and hopefully Theseus. Yeah. Which actually, did they even give us the... They didn't give us the banners. Did they? Yeah, normally they give us banner timing, but you'll see that. It'll be part of the news bulletin tomorrow when they launch it. Like, again, we have maintenance tonight, so you guys will be going down for that, and then we'll have that tomorrow. And under the like actual like news bulletin for the event when they post it, that should have the banner timing at least. So, though, admittedly, they may leave one off or something. I kind of slacked on archers, to be honest. Even in JP, I don't have anyone except your rail that spawned 10. I mean, Bond's not the biggest deal, but yeah, admittedly, it really helps out if you're going to grand somebody. Between Ptolemy or Kenshin, chances are people will end up using one over the other. No, I don't think they really overlap too much. Not in that regard. I'll be honest, I will say I think Ptolemy's better form is his AoE form. I'm not a huge fan of how they went about with the single target form, because his single target is Buster. His AoE is Arts. So in that regard, it's the inverse of Mel, where Mel is AoE Buster. But in general, like, I think single target being AoE for Mel makes it a little bit more usable. Whereas with Ptolemy, that's a little bit more difficult. There's also some issues I think I have, like, maybe with his kit overall, but it is what it is. And I believe if you go back and you watch my video on Ptolemy, you'll see it. Probably gonna say happy birthday. Thank you, Dragon King. Appreciate it. Do you think he would have been more cracked if he was arts? Yes, just from the simple premise that, like, would Melison be more cracked if she was arts? Like, you have really good, like, buff synergy there then for switching card types. And I think one of the only ways that both Mel and, to a degree, Ptolemy are held back is the fact that if you want to use them in both forms in a node, you're kind of gimping one of the two forms. So, yeah, if you made them completely synergistic, absolutely be fantastic. And that's, like, to her credit, that is something that, like, UDK has over even Ptolemy, is that, like, you can just arts buffer and she's going to be good no matter which one you do. The issue with UDK, as I've mentioned before, is that they basically really gimped her, like, refund. And I think that's just stupid of them. They kind of did the same thing with Tomoe Saber, and I'm, like, still to this day pissed about it. I'm trying to bond 10 my grand candidates before it comes to NA so that I can just make up my mind already. Yeah, that would help. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, like, whoever your favorite is, you're fine. You can do that. Though it might be better, like, let's say you were worried. Like, let's say you had, like, Wang Fei, who is your favorite writer. Well, Wang Fei Hu, just being brutally honest here, is not the best gameplay wise, okay? So if you were worried about making him your grand, what would be smart? It might be smart then to have another writer, like, let's say, like, Taigong Wang. Maybe you have him at Bond 10 so that you can actually, like, do all the grand stuff with Taigong Wang and then switch it after you're done. That is always a possibility. So, but otherwise, I'm going to tell you at the end of the day, it's like, just go with who you want. I don't think you'll really regret it. I think you'll be fine. But yes, if it was actually a concern, as long as you have, like, somebody that's a backup, it's not the worst idea. UDK Grand Archer Servant easy choice. Yeah. And I don't think like you'll if you're somebody that uses UDK a lot, you already know how to use UDK and you already know like where her constraints are and things like that. So it's easy. The more you know a unit, the easier it is to use a unit. Usually where people struggle is where they actually don't use a unit a whole lot and then they go like, "Oh crap, what do I do?" I was locked in on Ishtar being my Grand Archer until I saw Durga. All I'll say is that Ishtar buff is fucking dumb. Like, in a good way. Especially since I'm not grailing any saber faces for the Grand. As penalty for making that comment, Deontay, now you have to grail a saber face. Especially since I know you have the spare grails. I rotate depending on what I'm doing. Maybe Discord DM me after, yeah. I need a Tamamo of every class for Grands. All I'll say on that is good luck. Holy moly, same. God, there are dozens of us. Dozens. Nah, there's a lot more than a dozen Tamamo fans. But yeah, I like... I don't know. We'll see. I'm happy that, again, like chat said, it's like we're just actually going to have an event. So that's nice. NA needed an event. It was so boring without one. And usually I'm somebody that, like, again, I don't mind some downtime here and there, but I'll be honest, like, I ran out of like content and stuff to do for YouTube. I ran out of like things to do to make stream interesting during this time period. That's how long NA went without legitimate content. And so it was like, like if there's a reason that like stream viewership's a little bit down over the past week and stuff, and like why there's not a whole lot like going on, why you don't see many other like content creators doing much with FGO right now, that's why. It's like we're all just kind of in the same boat. Happy birthday, Cad. Thank you, Nez. Appreciate it. I need at least a few soccer faces on the list, so comma is a given. I see. I was playing Power World all week. Nice. How you liking it? There's been a whole lot of hullabaloo about the new ZA game coming out for Pokemon, and how it seems like yet again Game Freak basically just phoned it in. JP had an event at Ascending tonight while NA was in downtime, which is true, but like pretty much after the first week, the JP event's been pretty samey. Does Sugitani and Theseus get more coins like the limited FP servants? No. I believe they are the standard 15 each for 3 stars. Nintendo gonna sue him? No, Nintendo ain't gonna sue me. Let me tell you where Nintendo is focused right now, chat. Nintendo is focused on the person that apparently leaked all of Pokemon ZA's like source code, which apparently happened this week. I am sure Nintendo is like hunting that person. Maybe you can do a small YouTube series specifically revisiting old units and seeing how their roles have changed with the release of the latest units. Usually a new unit getting released does not change an old unit's like capabilities. But in certain cases you will see a like change in a meta making a unit stronger, or 2, you will see a unit getting replaced in a meta. But that's just about it. Nintendo kind of making themselves a target by being generally dislikable recently, so I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised either. I don't blame anybody for doing it. It's not the source code for ZA, it's the intercompany docs on their plans for the next 5 years, including footage and personnel docs. Oh, that's worse. Wow. Part 2 of a leak from before, yeah. Talk about boobs. I love boobs. More like the GTA 6 leak from a while back, but worse. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I think like that stuff is just Nintendo does it to themselves. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. While I love video gaming and I like having good games to play, some of these companies do some really scummy stuff. And then they get hacked. And then people leak their shit. And then people want to like defend the company, and I'm like, no. Like, it doesn't make like their game bad or anything, but it's like they're doing scummy stuff. That's exactly why they're getting targeted by this stuff. You don't see people hacking the like solo dev who like created like let's take the dev that created Megapunk. You don't see him getting hacked. Why? Because everyone's just like, oh yeah, that's awesome. He did this all on his own, and the game is not like overpriced. This is great. And then you get like, I don't know, like Genshin basically had like hacking for and leaking for like all of their like units at first. Why? Because they were making billions of dollars off of like just milking people for all that they're worth. Same thing with like Pokemon here. It's like Pokemon's just drawn the ire of a lot of people. And yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that they're getting like hacked and leaked. It's like, in general, I'm like, I think that's where like hacking is probably a good thing. But like in general, I'd say you shouldn't do that sort of stuff. But when a company really like keeps pushing the boundaries and keeps abusing like the good graces of their customers, I'm all for it a little bit. Good talk, thank you. Cat of the event servants there, is Nezha the one that needs a buff the most? No. There's a reason I picked him as the example, chat. Imagine FromSoft going after Dark Souls ripoff, right? Like, oh my god, dude. It would legitimately be hilarious to see that stuff. Chat, we don't have very long today still remaining in stream, so why don't we do a little bit more react-a-thon here? Unfortunately, that means I'm gonna have to end the YouTube side of stream, so my apologies, YouTube people. But if you'd like to, feel free to come on over to the Twitch side or the, well, I guess the Twitter side, because my Kick stream keeps failing. And you guys can watch it over there with us. But yeah, unfortunately, due to YouTube's copyright practices, I cannot stream stuff like that on YouTube. So it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Alrighty.